Hey friends, welcome back. And welcome back to another book haul. We did some damage, we did some shopping. Some I special ordered from the UK, some have really pretty sprayed edges, and all of them I'm really excited about. Let's get into it. Also, it's very windy here today, everywhere. So if you hear a little like buzzing sound, it's my windows rattling in the frames. All right, let's start off strong. Deep End by Ellie Hazelwood. I had to get it because of these edges. They're so fun, and I have heard nothing but good things about it. Like, not one negative review has come across my screen. It is a competitive diver and an ace swimmer jump into forbidden waters in this steamy college romance. I heard it gets very steamy very quickly, and you know, I have now read my first Ellie Hazelwood during reading BookTuber's Best Books of 2024 video. I read Bride, and I ate it up. I loved it. I'm very excited to try out more Ellie Hazelwood and also read her backlist. Like, I might be an Ellie stan now, so got this one for sure. I also was sent by the publisher, even though I would have bought it with my own money myself, but They Bloom at Night by Trang Tan Tran. I am interviewing them for a author moderated conversation next month in April, hosted by one of my favorite local indie bookstores, Tamara Books. And I'm so excited about it. Very stressed, very anxious, very nervous because I've never done an author talk before, but I'm very excited that I will be reading and moderating this chat with them because I just have a feeling. I have a feeling that I'm gonna love this. It's a YA coming of age horror, focusing on the monsters that swim around us and also live beneath our skin. I'm very excited about it. And also, if you're in the Indianapolis area or surrounding, check out that book talk because it'd be cool to have you come by. Obviously for Trang, not for me. Just come hang out. I also got Parable of the Sower by Octavia E. Butler. Very, 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 very excited to own this and read it alongside my patrons this month because it is our buddy read pick for my book club. My book club every single month has a main pick that everybody reads and we will discuss like in a live show. And then we have an optional buddy read pick just in case you don't want to read that first pick. And the buddy read, the optional pick, is what comes in second place whenever I do the poll that we all choose for book club. This one came in second, so we are reading it as an optional buddy read, and I could not be more excited. I think Caleb's gonna buddy read it with me/us. It's so wild that this book was written when it was in 1993, okay? And it like predicted global climate change and economic crises led to social chaos in the early 2020s. Are you joking? California becomes full of dangers, from pervasive water shortages to masses of vagabonds who will do anything to live to see another day. Our main character is 15-year-old Lauren, who lives inside a gated community with her preacher father, family, and neighbors, sheltered from the surrounding anarchy. In a society where any vulnerability is a risk, she suffers from hyper-empathy, a debilitating sensitivity to others' emotions. Lauren must make her voice heard in order to protect her loved ones from the imminent disasters her small community stubbornly ignores. But what begins as a fight for survival soon leads to something much more, the birth of a new faith and a startling vision of human destiny. I think it'll be a tough read, but I think it'll be really phenomenal because this is another book I've heard nothing but great things about. Very excited to read it. And then this is going alongside a couple other books, so let me grab those. Every so often, Tamara Bookstore does what's called an ARC-tion or an ARC auction, where they have all of these ARCs or advanced reader copies sent to them by publishers before the book's release dates. And members of Tamara Bookstore, we get to go to this auction. We get fake Monopoly money and we get to bid on what ARCs that we want to take home. And I got the one that I really, really wanted. But the other ones I got, which comes out in June 2025, is the Fire Concerto by Sarah Landenwich. This is a literary page-turner exploring the idea of female legacy through the story of a brilliant 19th century pianist lost to history and another woman's quest to ensure she is not forgotten. It kind of reminded me of The Violin Conspiracy. There's nothing about it that like makes me think of that except that it is a literary thriller focused on music. And I loved The Violin Conspiracy, so I got this one. I also got, this one looks so cute, okay? The Last Fairy Left at 5. It is by Gunter Wendt. Translated by Rachel Reynolds and Stephanie Yeager. It's a little cozy mystery. Do you see this? It literally says, Detective Cholera won a trip to a German Hallig. There's nothing to do but drink beer with the locals and talk about the old times. That is, until the local mudflat guy dramatically dies against the hotel's restaurant window with everyone watching. There's a long list of like potential suspects, and then it says, all Cholera knows is that he finally has something to do. With an improvised prime investigative crew, he sets to work. Will he find the killer? It is out. Maybe it's out right now. Okay, look, it says it was published in 2023. I think this was one that wasn't actually an ARC, but that we still bought with Monopoly money. But I love it. It looks cute. This next one was pitched as the weirdest book in the whole stack, and my ego needed to own it for that reason alone. It's called Little Lazarus by Michael Bible. I don't know what to tell you. It is the story of two clairvoyant tortoises who bear witness to centuries of human suffering. It is an unforgettable ballad of devastating love and spectacular sorrow. This one is a new 2025 release, and I won it. There wasn't many people fighting for it, so I got it. And then the one that I spent like all of my money on was The Unworthy by Augustina Bazaterica. This is the author from Tender as the Flesh, and I already read this. It was published yesterday. I have not read Tender as the Flesh, so I can't really say how it holds up, but this one sort of gives me like a dystopian set in like a convent with like the sacred sisterhood is what it's called. And our main character wants to be an enlightened, and we learn what it means to be enlightened versus a chosen within this group of women. But as the story is going on, we're learning, and so is the main character, is learning and remembering what happened to her before she got to the Sacred Sisterhood, and what is actually lying outside of the walls of the Sacred Sisterhood in terms of like climate change and what the environment might hold for them. More of a review to come in my March wrap up for sure, but I would recommend it. I also, you've probably already seen, but I did in fact get my own copy of Quicksilver by Kelly Hart. Yes, I did. This beautiful indie edition. Yes, I did. I'm so excited about it. I love this book. This is a romantic fantasy book. It's so good. It's so good. I'm so excited about book 2 coming out, I think in October. I think it's coming out in October. I just wanted my own copy for my shelves. Maybe I'll put it right here forever. Just kidding. I can't cover up V.E. Schwab like that. But I do love this. Alongside Quicksilver from the same Pango bookseller, I did get A Broken Blade by Melissa Blair, the book 1 in the Halfling saga. I don't know any like reviews on it. I know I've seen this cover before, but I don't know anything really about it. I liked the little tagline. It says, "My body is made of scars. Some were done to me, but most I did to myself. Kira is a killer. As the king's blade, she is the most talented spy in the kingdom, the king's favorite assassin. When a mysterious figure moves against the crown, Kira is called to hunt down the so-called shadow." I love a female assassin. She tracks her target into the magical lands of the Fae, but Faeland is not what it seems, and neither is the shadow. Kira is shocked by what she learns, and she can't help but wonder who her enemy truly is, the king that destroyed her people, or the shadow that threatens the peace. As she searches for answers, Kira is haunted by a promise she made long ago, one that will test her in every way. To keep her word, Kira must not only save herself, but an entire kingdom. I think it sounds really good, like right up my alley. I haven't seeked out any reviews for it or anything, so I hope that it holds up. I hope that I like it. Okay, I've been waiting to show this. I got my special edition of Malice by John Gwynne, debatably my favorite book. It has this really beautiful slip cover, and look at this absolute beauty. Little Craft, my talking crow friend. Look at this stunning, I don't even know if you can see with the light. Let me turn down thing so maybe you could see it better. Yeah, I think that's better. I'm really dark now, but look, signed, absolutely beautiful. The map of the Banished Lands is here. The hardcover is like really nice leather, and it has that circle sigil. Very pretty. Within the book, there are like high gloss photos that are absolutely stunning. Try to find a couple more for you guys. Oh, Corbin and Storm. Oh, that picture might be a spoiler. I'm not gonna show that one. That one too. Okay. I love these characters so much that it hurts. I think of them so fondly. Corbin, our main character, is my sweet baby boy. I would do anything for him. Literally anything. I was very excited to have this and to hold it, to have and to hold. And now that I've officially hauled it, I can put it on my shelves and not just keep it in a stack over there to haul in a video. So absolutely beautiful. So happy that I have it. My pride and joy. Recently, Kayla and I had to go grocery shopping, and we just happened to be by a Barnes & Noble. So we stopped in. That's when I got Deep End by Ellie Hazelwood. As well, am I like too excited to like speak properly? I'm not even like enunciating my letters. This Barnes & Noble trip is where I got Deep End by Ellie Hazelwood. And then I did a cover by situation, and I got Banal Nightmare by Hallie Butler. I loved this cover. It's a ferocious novel by one of the boldest voices in American fiction. It says Margaret Ann Maddie, had just returned to her native land in the midwestern town of X to mingle with the friends of her youth, to get back in touch with her roots, and to recover from a stressful decade of living in a city in a small apartment with a man she now believed to be a megalomaniac or perhaps a covert narcissist. It is filled with complicated characters who will dazzle you in their rendering just as often as they will infuriate you with their decisions. Halle Butler singularly captures the volatile, angry, and aggravated, surreal, and entirely disorienting atmosphere of the modern era. Definitely a cover buy, but I also love complicated characters, and I'm always looking for authors who can write them really well in a way that, like, yes, they might be infuriating, just like me trying to say that word, but if they're written well, you can almost empathize with them and, like, I don't know, feel deeply for flawed characters. So, cover, synopsis, it worked for me. I am looking forward to it. I was also gifted a copy of The Reformatory by Tananarive. I have heard literally nothing but good things about this one as well. A lot of good books in this stack. But my friends Retina and B had a second copy and they asked if I wanted it, and of course I do. These are the same friends that got my old edition of I Who Have Never Known Men by Jacqueline Hartman. So I know that multiple people had been commenting on past videos of mine that they wanted to know if I would be selling my old copy with the old cover of I Who Have Never Known Men. And no, I gave it to my friends for free. Take it up with them. But this is what they gave me in return, and I'm very excited to have it. It's a chunker. But I believe it is, oh my goodness. Whoa. All of these are awards that it has won. It is set in Gracetown, Florida in June 1950, and it says 12-year-old Robbie Stevens Jr. is sentenced to 6 months at the Gracetown School for Boys, an institution for kicking the son of the largest landowner in town in defense of his older sister Gloria. So begins Robbie's journey further into the terrors of the Jim Crow South and the very real horror of the school they called the Reformatory. Robbie has a talent for seeing ghosts or haints, but what was once a comfort to him after the loss of his mother has become a window into the truth of what happens at the Reformatory. Boys forced to work to remediate their so-called crimes have gone missing, but the haints Robbie sees hint at worse things. Through his friends Redbone and Blue, Robbie is learning not just the rules, but how to survive. Meanwhile, Gloria is rallying every family member and connection in Florida to find a way to get Robbie out before it's too late. So it might be dual point of view, which is exciting. It sounds like it'll be a little bit more serious of a read, but I've heard nothing but good things about it. It was actually in the running to be in Booktuber's Best Books video this year, but the other books just happened to get more votes. So I am excited that I was offered it for free because now I have it and I can put it in the rotation. A subscriber and patron gifted me this book, Smother Moss by Alyssa Aleen maybe? Such a beautiful cover. They said I mostly picked it because the cover looks gorgeous. Very valid. I'm so excited to join all the worms this year. Thanks for the great content. You're the best. No, you're the best. Thank you so much for joining my Patreon, which is the Greenhouse. I'm so excited to have you there. Smother Moss, I am also very excited to own. It is, it sounds really like kind of creepy. It says, in turns both terrifying and otherworldly, author Alisa Aleen opens the door to the hidden world of Smother Moss, a mountain that sighs, monsters made of ink, rabbits dead and alive, and ropes that won't come undone. Unsettling, propulsive, and wonderfully atmospheric, Aleen's stunning debut novel renegotiates what is seen and unseen, and what is real and what is haunted. That sounds so good. I love rabbits. If you don't know that, I have one tattooed onto my body. I love all of the greenery. Like, this just looks so up my alley. I'm very excited, grateful to have it. Thank you so much. Okay, fresh from the UK. I went on to Blackwell's because they ship to the US for free, and I got one of my most anticipated releases of the whole year, and it is The Lamb by Lucy Rose. I just love this cover. The US cover was fine, but this is the one that I wanted. I love it. This is a horror book and it sounds great. It says up in like red letters up top, it says a folktale, a horror story, a love story, an enchantment. Just listen to how like delightfully creepy this sounds, okay? Margot and Mama have lived in the forest since Margot can remember. When Margot isn't at school, they spend quiet days together in their cottage, waiting for strangers to knock on the door. Strays, Mama calls them. Mama loves the strays. She feeds them wine, keeps them warm, then she satisfies her burning appetite by picking apart their bodies. But Mama's want is stronger than her hunger sometimes, and when a white-toothed stray named Eden turns up in the heat of a snowstorm, little Margot must confront the shifting dynamics of her family, untangle her own desires, and make a bid for freedom. It is a tender, coming-of-age tale, exploring how women swallow their anger, desire, and animal instincts, and wrings the relationship between mother and daughter until blood drips from it. Fantastic. Give me 14 of them right now. These 5 books were from the UK because all of my other books from Brandon Sanderson are the UK covers, and at this point, I can't stop doing that. So these are the only other Brandon Sanderson ones minus the Stormlight Archive. Those I have in the US covers because fine, I like them. But all of these older ones, I just haven't, I don't like the US covers, especially with the Mistborn series. And this, The Lost Metal, is the 4th book in the 2nd era Mistborn trilogy, or Mistborn series, I guess. So I can put it literally right here where it belongs. Then we have The Alloy of Law, which is, oh wait, this is the first one, right? Isn't this the very first one? Yeah, The Alloy of Law. This is, I owned this one before this, oh, hi, I'm over here. I forgot to move you back. Alloy of Law, I have owned before this moment. I just, for whatever reason, had it in this stack. I actually have started it and I need to go back. But this book is on my 25 books to read in 2025 because I need to read that series so that I can continue with the Stormlight Archive. But yeah, Alloy of Law is the first one in that 2nd era of Mistborn. There's a lot of reading orders that you can look up for Brandon Sanderson books if you really care. But these 3, I could be wrong, so don't quote me. But these are like little novellas or like bridge books in between other books. There is Dawn Shard from the Stormlight Archive. It goes in between some books within the Stormlight Archive. And then I think same with this one, Edge Dancer. There's, again, specific reading orders online that you can look up, that I will look up, but I knew that these books existed and I just wanted to have them for when I do get to them in the future. So Dawn Shard and Edge Dancer. And then this one, Arcanium Unbounded. Wait. This superb collection, it also includes essays and illustrations which offer an insight to the numerous worlds in which the stories are set. Hold on, I need to go to the Cosmere collection. Okay, what's in here? Did I buy this without even knowing what it was? Yeah. Well, no, okay. I don't own any of these. This is fine. This is like fun facts and essays and maybe other short stories that revolve around his Cosmere and other books. And again, I'll look up reading orders. I don't know where this one falls in, but I like the cover. I thought it was really cute, and obviously it belongs somewhere, and that's on my shelves. So we have these 3. These 2 books I've actually, all 3 of these books I have hauled in a reading vlog, but these are the last 3 that I wanted to tell you about, and I like to have a central location for all of my book hauls, even though you already know about these. I have Blob by Maggie Sue. This is basically about a girl who tries to shape like a sentient blob to be her perfect boyfriend. And they compare it to Bunny and Convenience Store Woman, and I love both of those books. So I'm really excited about it. I have heard that it doesn't get as weird as some people may have wanted. So I'll go into it like not expecting it to be so much like Bunny, but regardless, I am excited about it. I also got We Could Be Rats by Emily Austen. I just love Emily Austen. Interesting Facts About Space is another book that I've read by them, and I loved it. I love her writing, and this one is surrounding a relationship between 2 sisters, and they're conversing with each other through suicide notes, and I just love the title, We Could Be Rats. Like, okay. I think it'll be a little bit more serious, but also in the like classic humor and wit that Emily Austen does have every now and then within her writing. So I'm excited about it. Plus my friend B says that this is her favorite one yet by Emily Austen. So obviously I bought it. And then the last book that I got was my, edition of Onyx Storm, because will I read it? Yeah, probably. I don't know when, but I wanted this edition. So here it is. Onyx Storm book 3 in the Empyrean series. I actually have heard pretty good things about it after the flop that was Iron Flame for me. I say flop because it's my personal opinion, but I loved Fourth Wing. So I'll get to it when I get to it. I'm not like dropping everything, but I do want to read it at some point. And that marks the end, except I wanted to show you guys that I got my Kobo in the mail, and I'm so excited about it. I'm currently reading Moonbound by Robert Sloan. I am just like so pleased and excited about owning the Kobo. I am a little bit upset that I'm losing Kindle Unlimited because I did use it like a good amount, but also not enough to stay in the Kindle universe. You know what I'm saying? But I have all my books that I've ever bought, and it's all in color, which is very exciting. All my arcs that I have from NetGalley up until this point, including Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab. I'm so excited. But currently reading Moonbound, and I do physically own Moonbound, but this was available on Libby, and I just wanted to use my Kobo, so I got it on Libby, and now I'm reading it on my Kobo. but it's going really well. It has this little stylus that you can highlight and annotate your books with color inside the books, and I'm having a good time. I think that I will do a little like review sometime later. I got a couple comments about it in a past video, but I just want to use it a little bit longer, and then I will come back and kind of give you guys some more official thoughts. But I think that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for being here and hanging out with me for a little bit. If you are still watching, then leave me the ocean water wave emoji down below in the comments, and while you're down there, please do subscribe and like the video. I always appreciate your support, and of course, be kind to one another and happy reading. I'll see you soon. Bye.